Whether you've had formal training in literacy or not, chances are that you already do many activities with your children throughout the day that researchers have shown to be effective in preparing young children to become readers and writers. Watch while early childhood educator Dr. Teresa Boulay shows you what you're doing right and why it works.
There's a great deal of research in early childhood focusing on early literacy that has produced 5 predictors or characteristics that are known to predict later reading and writing achievement. So if children have a lot of rich experiences in these 5 areas, they'll learn to read and write with more ease. Those 5 areas are oral language, phonemic awareness, alphabet awareness, concepts about print, and early writing with inventive spelling. It's really important that preschool teachers are aware of these 5 predictors and are thinking about them in their planning as well as throughout the day and looking for spontaneous teachable moments.
What's that?
That's called an anchor. And they lower it down into the water and it lands on the ground and it keeps the boat to stay in one place.
A teachable moment is when a child is really interested in something, it's purposeful to him, and the teacher sees that and takes that opportunity to come in and to help the child to further understand or expose the child to a new aspect of literacy.
Think he's gonna?
Oral language is a foundation for future reading and writing.
You think so?
There's a lot of research that shows that there's a correlation between vocabulary and reading comprehension.
You make eye contact and you know that it's all about them and they want to share that. They want to make the eye contact and talk about all the things that you're talking about and they just get into it.
Wibbly wobbly, winning, elephant sat on.
Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate sounds or phonemes in a language. It's an ear-like skill, so if children are using phonemic awareness, they're able to hear and identify how sounds are the same or how they're similar.
The elephant sat on me, oh, wibbly wobbly, Watrick, the elephant sat on. Her name ends with an E sound. E sound.
Did I know?
Can you spell Kayla?
I'm waiting. Hey.
When discussing alphabet awareness, it's important to remember that we're not just talking about children's awareness of letters, the names of the letters and the sounds of the letters, but really it's extremely important to remember that children need to understand the purpose of those letters. What are those symbols? How do I use them?
Take those basic letter recognition and you just incorporate it into your day. We had a child come in who was talking about the tooth fairy. She had lost a tooth. So we go on the big screen TV in our classroom and we Google teeth and we spell it out together and oh, what letter do you think teeth begins with? And they guess T and then the next 2 letters are tricky because they're 3 and 4 and 5 and that's, although they could get the E sound but not 2 E's. And we put in teeth and then we hit search and it comes back with this amazing picture of teeth and they could find teeth and they could recognize mouth, I think it was, because they talked about it was in your mouth. And then it turns into a counting activity and you take it wherever the kids are and you just run with it.
Children should be bumping into opportunities to see print in their environment, in their centers, in their dramatic play centers, their names on their cubbies, signs around the room, so they understand the purpose of the function of print, and they learn a lot about print and how it works.
In our classroom we have environmental print all the time. We have the exit door, we have all the toys labeled in English and Spanish. We have children that have, their names, they come in, they sign in the morning, all the names are on the cubbies. The pictures that we do over the course of the day, any activity that we do, we take pictures and everything's labeled underneath. So it's like they're constantly being inundated with words and letters and letter sounds.
To expand children's print knowledge or concepts about print, teachers need to be really careful or explicit in their read aloud practice.
In the tree, so I heard pumpkin.
If they're reading a book to children, be aware of using words like the title is or the author is, or use words to describe what they're doing.
Apples and Pumpkins by Anne Rockwell, pictures by Lizzie Rockwell.
Or help children to look carefully at the illustrations.
Go anywhere. Antonio says there's a car. Color trees. I need you to be able to see the story.
Teachers can follow along with their finger with the text to demonstrate that there's something there that they're reading, that text is important. Even though children aren't able to read that yet, they learn that that text tells the story.
Antonio, could you point to the father in the picture?
There are a lot of ways that teachers can encourage children to get meaningful, purposeful writing experiences. Sign-ins are a wonderful way where children can understand the purpose of writing. When they come to the classroom in the morning, they know that no one will know if they're there if they don't sign in.
One of the first things that the children tune into when they're learning how to write is how to write their name. They usually start with the first letter of their name. Then they progress to the first letter in people that are close to them.
There's so much research that shows that these 5 predictors are critical in children's future reading and writing development. Oral language, phonemic awareness, alphabet awareness, concepts about print, and early writing with inventive spelling. It's really important that the teacher be aware of them and be able to think about them and sort of think through the lens of these 5 predictors throughout the day.